cover us up? No.
So, hello, everyone. Welcome to the League of Excellent Extraordinary Negroes. I am Jade, who has forgotten how to do a lot of these things because it's been so long since we did this. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm Jade.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Nick.
Oh, that's it. Oh, man. I'm waiting for Mick and Marcus to say something, but
Mick is famous now. He doesn't hang out with us anymore.
We're rusty. It'll be fine.
Let me tell you how famous they are. Okay, no. I will, because they really are famous.
Yeah, share that.
And so I've been hanging out with them a little bit at some conventions. They really are famous. They really are.
Yeah.
And they did a remote call-in for Gen Con. Gen Con is the largest board game convention in the country. And they had a full hour to do whatever they wanted to do. No, they had 2 hours to do whatever they wanted to do.
They have merch. They had multiple guests. Jade Rogers was featured, so that's exciting.
I saw that.
They did.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And lots of other people were on that one. And we were at the game shop. So that's a lot of pull to have a live broadcast at the game shop and 2 full hours to do whatever you want to do on a live feed for Gen Con going around the world on Twitch. Yeah, they're famous.
Yeah, shout out to Our Families Play Games. Yes.
Yes. So Mick said that he will pop in when he can, but they do record on Sundays. And Marcus, I do believe, is at Origins, which is in Ohio. So he went to a convention. So we'll find out how that experience was. I know that he's got that plastic.
Yes.
He's got a face shield.
I know he's got his face shield, the helmet, and the mask. Yeah, because he's got a full helmet. I know I'm sure he does. And to find out what else is going on with him and how that was when they get back. So yeah, that's where they are.
Yeah.
Well, so we finished a whole season. Went for almost a year. I guess what? 10 months continuously every Monday and some weekends. So we're coming back for season 2. Is that what we're calling it? And it's like, how long does a season last?
As long as
it's like a CW show. It's like 40 episodes. Like we're just taking forever, but it's cool. I like it.
Right. Not a BBC production.
No, 3 episodes and you're done.
Right.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Which I was actually just looking at a promo for Sherlock this morning, and I thought, man, I wish we could get another season of Sherlock. But they're very busy and they're doing things that we're going to be talking about this season. So that's cool. So what have we been doing? Steph, what have you been up to?
Have I been up to anything? I saw Hamilton yesterday in Jacksonville, Florida, and that was delightful. I have been introducing my daughter, who's 8, to all the different DC comics. So she's like all in for Marvel. And so she just discovered Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, other Legends. So she's like all in to have it all interconnect. And so pretty much just been laying low. I'm in Florida and, it's wild out here in these streets. So that's pretty much what I got. Nick, what do you have going on?
I'm doing the freelance life. So I've been doing a lot of random things. Right now, though, I'm getting ready to go to Kansas City to be in the SpongeBob musical.
Wait for it.
It's the world premiere of the Theater for Young Audiences production, which is super exciting. And I'll be playing the role of Patrick Starr, which is very exciting. I'm a little nervous about it. I haven't been on stage like that in a long time. We have 11 shows a week. 11 shows a week. And so I'm nervous about that aspect, but I'm super excited to work on the show. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be fun. And then I have a bunch of directing gigs coming up that I can't quite tell you about yet, but I'm booked throughout the season, which is super exciting.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I wish that I had a picture of Patrick to put up by your head.
Like this? I'm just kidding.
Right.
What if I just like had something ready to go?
Yeah. Next time I'll just have, a picture of Patrick so that we know who Patrick is, because
Right.
I don't really know.
He is a starfish. He is a starfish. So
yes.
That's about all you need to know.
Okay.
But yeah, we run November 4th through January 2nd. So it's a lengthy run. If you can make it to Kansas City safely, come on down, see our show.
Awesome. I think the house might be making some plans to come down.
Okay.
We've been talking about it.
I love that. If I was there, I'd be there. For sure.
Absolutely. I guess, what have I been up to?
Yeah. What you doing?
Everything.
What have you not been doing?
Right. Yeah. So, the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls keeps me a little busy. We did the pop-up event. We did the kids camp for the Young History Detectives. People are still contacting me about the Young History Detectives.
I'm telling you, it should be its own thing.
Yeah, I think there are some conversations about doing some stuff with it. I mean, beyond just a small group of kids, and maybe beyond Omaha. I mean, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
We have new merch in TeePublic. And AfroCon. Yep. I've been working on AfroCon.
AfroCon. What's the theme this year, Jade?
Oh, that's the wrong one. See, I'm rusty. The theme is, what is that up there? Joy and magic. It is next Saturday and Sunday. You can find your tickets at afroconomaha.com.
I just want to say that talking to Jade and Nick feels like I'm like getting some secret information. Like both of y'all have stealthy stuff going on, and you're like, I have things I can't tell you. The mystery is killing me, but I love it. I'm here for it. At some point, I'll know. It's fine.
Well, I actually do have some other things, but I can't talk about it yet.
I mean, and that's publicly. Like, we can, of course, tell you. Like, well,
Okay.
we'll get off the camera.
Yeah.
Well,
Take my stuff offline then. Okay.
Of course. Okay, so going into this new season, we have discussed what the new format is going to look like. So, anybody want to talk about the new format?
Yes. So, you all are typically accustomed to our 75-hour episodes one day a week with other special pop-ups. Just kidding. They're about 90 minutes, like you regularly. And so we have decided to break that up throughout the week because, people sometimes don't have 90 minutes to sit with their life. But also, y'all want to see us more. And so we want to give you that opportunity. And so we are going to be doing 30-minute long episodes on 3 nights a week. So we're doing Tuesdays at 6:45, Thursdays at 6:45, and Sundays at 4. No, I'm sorry. Tuesdays at 7, Thursdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:15. Why 4:15?
Right.
That's what we wanted. Because I don't know. It's good. I like it.
Because
it's fun to me.
Those times are all in Central Time.
All Central Standard Time. So if you're on the
Tuesday,
other coast,
Thursday, Sunday, and Tuesday and Thursday are short episodes. So single episode of shows and trailers. And Sunday is a little bit longer for movies and longer format material. Great. We have the core group of folks. Do I have an image? Nope.
Is this gonna be like?
I'm sorry. I've been working on AfroCon. Here, look at this. Here, look. This is what I've been working on.
Call, so I'm gonna call you back.
So I've been a little busy, just a little bit. So
that Comrade Clifton, he be making bops.
I know.
That's a bop.
And we got like custom music for everything we do. I love that about the house. So yes, I've been just a little bit busy, but it's the core group of Jade Rogers, Stephanie Tyrants, Nick Whitcomb, Marcus Ross, Mick Fitch. Special guests and appearances by Julia Parker and Carla Stillwell and Alex Bridgman when it's something comic book related that he has read everything about.
But is it canon? So we're gonna do it. It's gonna be happening. Is it too early? Is it too early?
I don't know. And we do have one additional special guest that we're going to add to our platter of beautiful Black excellence. And I will bring him up now if he's ready.
Black excellence. I'm here for it.
Oh,
he's ready.
One Mr. Lind Friesen. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
Friends. Good afternoon.
Oh, Lind, what's that you're reading?
That's funny that you ask, sir. I just happen to have with me the Wes Anderson collection. Yes, indeed, sir. Indeed. I'm sitting here this afternoon in my studio reading this fine work of art.
That's beautiful.
Indeed.
Lovely.
Thank you kindly. Thank you.
So Lind is a good friend of the House of Afros, Capes and Curls, a good friend of mine. You can't be a former educator. I'm sorry. As much as you have walked away from public education, you're never a former. So he is an English professor.
That's I am.
Yes, English professor, photographer, and documentary filmmaker. So I will let you in on a sneak peek of something that is coming.
Oh.
Documentary about the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. I'm just saying.
Oh.
This is like breaking news. We should
Watch out now.
There's no soundtrack for this. Like, let's
Watch
go.
out now.
Right. There's no soundtrack. There's no money. So if anybody would like to give us some, because right now,
come on.
Right now is just words coming out of my mouth.
It's $1.
To his ear.
Starts with $1.
But I've said it several times. Have I not said it several times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like PBS now. Like, if you could just call in to your station and help us out. We'd really appreciate it.
Go ahead and give us a call if you want to support the house. That's 1-800-555-HOUSE. And you're always like, isn't that too many numbers?
It's always too many numbers. I'm like, I give up.
Right.
So what episodes, what type of stuff are you going to be joining us for, Lind? Why don't you just come all the time?
I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. But if I could just dive right into a particular subject here real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I always knew in my heart that Patrick was Black. I always knew that in my heart. So when I heard you say that, boom, it made my whole day.
Listen, dreams come true in Kansas City.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's their motto. That's their city motto.
Is it really the city motto?
No.
Like, wait a minute, because I remember Dorothy.
Right, her dreams did not come true.
They did
Was that
not.
Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City? Oh, never mind. See,
I think she was in Missouri.
no, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
There's no place like home. There's no
Kansas.
place like home.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
I once met one of the original Munchkins.
Really?
True story. Frank D, who was married to Ruby D.
What?
Yes, real talk. He's a frat brother of mine. He's an alpha. I was shocked. I mean, imagine this.
When was he married to Ruby D?
I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, he's very short. He's about that tall. I was like, wow, you were original Munchkin? He's like, yes, I was original Munchkin.
Why is that his voice? Is that what he really sounded like?
I know. Is that racist?
Against Munchkin? I don't know.
Ray's like, cutting it off. Just cutting it off. Cut it off. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, it was.
I tried.
Oh, this was a great practice round.
It was a great.
Yeah.
This was a Quibi. Like it worked, it didn't work, it was short, it's over. Crazy.
Sorry. I'd like to apologize to everybody out there.
I have so many more questions. But it's okay. It's all right. So what are you watching? And then we'll go around and talk about what we're all watching. So what are you watching, Lind?
Okay, so life for me is really weird right now. So with everything I have going on, I don't have time to sit down and really watch like full-length movies. So I watch scenes from movies. I know that sounds really weird, but I watched this amazing scene from this movie. I believe is it called Squid Game?
Oh yeah.
Yes, phenomenal.
Isn't that a series? Is it a movie? I think it's a series.
Phenomenal. So I just skipped ahead. I know that sounds terrible. I apologize. I skipped ahead to the scenes where everybody was running and there was that big doll that was like, and then it turned around and if you were moving, you got shot. Phenomenal scene. I recommend it. Everyone should skip ahead and just watch that scene.
It's
really good. It was good.
Squid Game is a Netflix original series. It's Korean. It's actually #1 right now, has been for weeks, and it has surpassed, as of today, Bridgerton in like watches. Yes. Bridgerton? And so it's like I was talking to my friend about it, and she was like, I haven't watched it yet because the cover art looked weird. I was like, I don't want to do that. But my friend was like, you have to. It's so amazing. It mixes. She's like, it mixes everything. It mixes like there's like sex, there's gore, there's violence, there's there's everything. Like, so yeah, that one scene that you've seen, Lynn, probably doesn't even define the whole series. So I think
should go back and watch the whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I might have to check that one out. It's been highly recommended to me a few times. So yeah.
Okay.
Phenomenal. I thought it was phenomenal what I saw.
I've seen it, but I don't know that I'm ready for that.
Jade's not gonna watch it.
It is really gory though.
Yeah.
Super gory, I've heard.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, Steph, just wait till I tell you what I have been watching.
Ha!
Okay. Challenge.
What have you been watching?
Tell us.
I guess I'll go next. So I have been watching What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. What season are you on? I just started season 1.
I'm current.
You've been with it the whole time?
Yes. Nice. Well, I've been kind of in and out because I didn't have FX, but now wasn't watching it on television, but now all of them are streaming. So I've seen everything, but then I keep going back.
Have you seen the movie?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I have not. I did not know there was a movie. I'm new to the whole world.
You have to see the movie.
Yeah. So Dave, explain what we see in the shadows.
What we see in the shadows is a documentary about a house full of vampires. It is a reality documentary.
It's a reality mockumentary style.
See, that's the thing about it. It is a reality documentary about a house full of vampires.
So it's real?
for them.
No, that's why I said mockumentary. It's not.
Are
It's not.
vampires real?
Yeah, you can't be out here lying to people on the internet. It's a mockumentary.
But that's how you describe it, not as a mockumentary, but as a documentary. Because
but it is a mockumentary.
But when you describe it, the funny thing is that it's not a mockumentary. It's a documentary for them, and vampires are not real.
But it is really, and it's funny how much they point. They have to use magic on people. They're like, you don't see any cameras. Like it's like they always like refer back. They refer back to like
you don't
like the crew all the time. It's a very well done show. It's very funny.
It's
what do you do in the shadows?
You can watch it on Hulu.
And the creators of the movie and their producers and writers on the show are Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement. So if you know, you know. I love Jermaine. Yeah. So what you do in the shadows and Ghosts.
Is that out yet?
So it's a BBC production. So you can see it on HBO. I don't know what they're going to be showing on CBS. But
wait,
there's
is it the same show?
I think it's the same show.
It's a comedy about the people that move into the house and there are ghosts there.
Yes.
Starring my friend Danielle Pinnock, who's appeared on the Come Up With the Victim of #Booked. Yes.
What character do they play?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She's the 20s character. Oh God, she's from the 20s. Is it are you sure it's the same ghost that's going to be this new one? Is it the same people or is it a different cast because it's from BBC?
I don't know. Because when I looked it up for CBS, it looked like the same cover and the same guy that's on the BBC production. So Ghost is about a woman and her husband. A woman inherits a manor house in England. And it's a huge house. It's a fixer-upper for people that don't have fixer-upper money. And the house is inhabited by her ancestors, basically. And others that have died in proximity or in the house.
So I have found I think there is a British version of this show.
They're doing an American
And they're
version?
doing an American version of it. Yes.
Is this like a scary show? Is this
No.
Oh no, it's a comedy.
Not. Oh no, it's not.
Comedy. Okay, so like the ghosts aren't like hurting anybody.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so they're doing an American version of the show that you are watching.
Bad.
That you should not stay away from because my dear friend Danielle Pinnock of #Booked is a series regular, and we should support that show so she can keep her check.
Only because
I support the coins. Let's do it.
You know how I feel about American versions of British television shows.
So what are the ghosts doing? The ghosts are like, "Hey, I like you. I want to be your friend."
Well, okay. So the setup: the couple move into the house. Somehow the woman, she has an accident and she dies briefly, but she comes back and she's fine. And so now she can see all the ghosts. So she can see them, she can hear them, she has conversation with them. They know, I mean, they live in the house with her. It's you better tell Allison. So what's hilarious is they're not scary at all. And even her husband is like, where are they? Can I go to the bathroom? Because it's a whole thing.
Do they look like normal people?
Yeah, Lynn, I'm gonna need you to hit the Google after this and just
I'm gonna have to.
Ghost BBC.
Are these black folks? Are these black folks?
Some of
there is, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We don't too much interact with ghosts. That's why
one of the ghosts is black.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think she's from Regency period.
And that
before the Regency,
after death. That's all right.
Edwardian period. Yes.
Okay. I'm doing a little.
She's
Google
hilarious. I love her. So yes, that's what I've been watching.
Nice.
Stephanie, what have you been watching?
The Flash. No, but speaking of BBC, I did watch McDonald and Dodds, like the second season came out. I love that
did
little
it?
show. Yeah, they dropped like 3 whole episodes, and they were great. Yeah, for real. You didn't know this, Jade? I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, there's some new episodes, and they're long. Like, so they'll give you not a lot of episodes. It's like the opposite of CW, but they're long. They're like 90 minutes, 2 hours. I really like that show.
I do too.
And I have been going back in time. I started a new job, so like I don't have the time, energy for like new things. So I've been rewatching Grimm, and I just miss Grimm. I love that show. And I'm on season 5 of The Flash. I got 2 more seasons left, and then I can just leave Barry and all them permanently. But like now I'm in, so I'm just gonna like keep doing the thing. It is what it is. Everyone should watch McDonald and Dodds. And
Yes.
Jade likes it. It's a really good show.
I'm going to go renew my subscription to BritBox as soon as we are done.
It's the only reason I have BritBox right now. Yeah.
Because I was mad because they dropped like 2 or 3 episodes, and then that was it. And I was like, "Where's the rest of it?" But that was it. Like that was literally all there was.
Oh, this looks like a good show.
I told you. Okay.
Okay. And one more thing.
One more thing.
Speaking of Amazon Prime and BritBox and Sundance, I'm also watching that one about the witches, A Discovery of Witches. I'm waiting for the last season to come out. That's going to be good whenever that comes out.
Excellent.
Highly recommend that too.
Love that show. See, I don't like scary things, but these are the things that I've been watching.
This is a whole new Jade. Sorry,
ghosts and vampires, and I like that stuff, but
they're funny ghosts and funny vampires. Like those are they're comedy series. I don't think that they're in the same genre. You're like, I hate scary things, but vampires and ghosts that are funny.
There is blood and gore in what we do in the shadows. There is lots of blood,
but it's all done comically though. So like the context matters. Like you're not actually watching someone like you're supposed to laugh at the harm. Like that's the trick of comedy. Like even if I see blood splatter, but it's supposed to be funny, I'm gonna laugh, and that's the weird psychological thing.
And Dougie Has My Back documentary. Thank you, Dougie. It is a documentary. That's how you explain it. Okay, Nick, what have you been watching?
I finished a series called 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu, which starred a very strange cast, a very good cast, but it was like a weird, like almost like a psychological thriller series that was about like a resort. It's good. It's good. You should watch it. I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. I started from the beginning though, so I'm just getting in. I did go see Shang-Chi, so I've seen that. And other than that, lots of garbage. I just finished season 3 of The Circle. I've been making my way through all the episodes of Wife Swap that are now on Hulu. I watch The View religiously, as you all know. So I'm doing that every day.
Did you happen to see, not to cut you off, but did you happen to see that episode where the vice president was
Sonny
coming?
and Anna went off? So for those that may not know, here's what happened. So we went to commercial break. The vice president was going to come on after the break. We get back. The table had been set for the vice president to come and sit in the middle. And then Joy Behar goes, there's something happening that I don't know. Apparently something's happening. And Brian, the producer, talks to Sonny and Anna, is like, you have to leave. You two should walk off. They go off the set. And then we come back from the break, and it's just Joy and Sarah Haynes sitting at this table. And they're like, Sonny and Anna tested positive for COVID, so they had to leave. We're trying to make sure everything's safe for the president. They did three segments of Q&A with the audience because Joy wisely decided that we should not sit and listen to 2 white women talk about the issues of today. And I'm sure they didn't have any other topics picked out because they were supposed to be interviewing the vice president for like the next 4 segments. And then it turns out that Anna and Sonny actually had false positives. And because they got tested multiple times and like they did not come back positive. Now, Black and Brown Twitter has gone aflare. They are really thinking that this was some sort of conspiracy from the vice president's office to get Anna and Sonny off the set because they were going to ask the most difficult questions, which like sounds ridiculous, but also this is America. I am just here to present all the facts and all the sides.
Thank you for that news break.
Of course.
Thank you. I'm like, we needed that. I didn't know. Now I know.
Yeah.
But it was very awkward, and it was really interesting on Monday when they came back. And I mean, Anna was posting all weekend, but Sonny wasn't. And so we knew that Anna did not have COVID, but my assumption was that Sonny did. And I was like, this is sad. Like her husband's a doctor. Like, oh God. But she came back on and they were like, we're both negative. Everyone here has been tested a million times. It's fine. And she was like, this is like, haha, TV, funny, tabloid, whatever. But like, there are real life repercussions. Like my status was put onto TV before it was actually vetted. And my husband was in surgery, had to be pulled from surgery at the time. Wow. They pulled my daughter from school. They had to quarantine my son at college. Like, she's like, so those are like real life things that come from things like this. And I think Sonny was a little upset with the producers for making that happen. And then Joy made the statement of like, I think they had to, because if not, then people would think that the world is falling apart. It's like, it's this weird thing of like the line between like your medical, whatever the word is I'm looking for right now versus
like your HIPAA status. Isn't that supposed to be telling all your business like that?
Right. So very interesting thing that happened on The View. So, see, this is why I be watching, because y'all was interested in that whole story.
That was a great story.
But you wouldn't have known. But you wouldn't have known.
Well, thank you for that news break.
Of course.
For sure.
Of course.
Yeah. I was actually in the room. My mom was watching The View, and she, and I was like, "What was happening?" And I saw Joy. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. Is that like, I understand that live television is live. However, it's specifically like they automatically add some time in between what we see on television and when it's recorded, just in case someone cusses or like something happens. And so when situations like this, or when Wendy Williams fainted, like when those things happen, I'm like, but y'all knew, like, so like, why did you bring us back from break just to go right back to a break to get them off set? Like, why, how did you not know already? Also, how did they get to the set without the test results coming back already? Just lots of questions that I personally have about the whole fiasco.
Fiasco it was. Anything else that you're watching besides what you said? Because I cut you off.
No, let me think. I mean, I've started a lot of things and haven't gone back. A lot like Stephanie right now. Like new is hard for me right now, just because there's so much going on all the time. So I got to like take it chunk by chunk. So I've started some things that I can't think of right now that I should probably go back to. But I love Shang-Chi. We'll talk about that later. But like, I thought it was
well.
fantastic.
So I think we're at the point where we talk about what we're going to be talking about. And I think that some things are like set in stone. We're going to be talking about these things. And then other things are kind of open because as new things happen. But if you're watching in the chat, please put what you want to talk about, what you are watching now or what you are going to be watching, because it's coming out. One thing I know that we are going to talk about on a Sunday program is Shang-Chi.
I was annoying them every day. I was like, y'all have to go see it right now. It's amazing.
It's really good. It really is. It's a really good movie.
I was determined I am not going to the theater. I'm not going to go see it. And my sister, who had back surgery, I was feeling bad because she's one of those people that cannot stay at home. And she was like, "Can you please take me to a movie?" Okay, that's not how she actually said it, but it's kind of the way she said it.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, okay. So I took her to the movie. I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. But I will say, it took me the first quarter of the movie to get comfortable sitting watching the movie.
Like physically comfortable?
Yes, I was so distracted. I could not focus on what I was actually seeing because I'm not used to being out. I don't go places, and I was just there were only four other people in the theater, but I was just not comfortable.
I got comfortable quick. Everybody on that screen was fine. Everyone was beautiful. The music
Beautiful
was great.
people.
The action, I
Oh
was
my
like,
god, the
everyone's
whole
beautiful.
cast was just stunning. Like,
Everyone, all of them. I'm like, okay.
Even the unnecessary people, the extras, like the guy that got out of the car.
Excuse
The guy that got out of the car.
unnecessary people? No.
I'm sorry,
Those are
tertiary
all-
people,
Sound like my
extras,
movie.
people that have no lines, people
I'm
that
like,
are
who
just
are
there
you?
for one day or
Right.
2 days.
background,
on set.
the background,
The background
actors
people
who make the
yes.
world that you would think was fake if they didn't exist. They are not
The guy that got out of the
unnecessary.
car was fine.
Now he is not a background character because he's a principal because he had screen time.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. I just want to make sure. I just gotta get.
Thank you.
I can't believe you said unnecessary. If none of those people were there, if none of those people were there, the story wouldn't make sense because you'd be like, "What bus are they on? Where no one's? Why are they the only people on the bus?"
So in the chat, please put, did you miss this?
Star Wars Visions. I want to know about that.
Did you miss this?
You know what I think is hilarious that we think that we're ever going to get a 30-minute long episode.
It's been 36.
Yes.
But it's Sunday. It's
Yeah, my
Sunday.
tater tots are
It is
burning right
Sunday.
now. It
Ooh,
wasn't
you
gonna
making
be
some
30
tater
minutes.
tots?
Don't burn the tater tots.
The tater tots are
Do you have an air fryer?
Hey, Tony Bagels.
I love
Okay, so I'm gonna
air
look at the chat now. I'm gonna look at the chat. Hey, okay.
Miss Marvel?
Lighter. Miss Marvel, the new. Wait a minute. Oh, the Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. Is that the one you're talking about?
Those.
Okay. Is anyone watching Star Wars Visions? Yes, I'm watching Star Wars Visions.
I am.
Oh,
I know that Mick is watching Star Wars Visions. I know that he is.
I really
So,
like it,
yes.
actually.
Okay. All right. Great. Oh, back to Nick's point.
You can. I'm
Yeah.
confident she should be upset and have legal actions.
And who knows?
Yes.
It's possible that like they confirmed during the break that they could share with them, but like I think even if that was what happened, I think that Sonny's point is like, I'm upset that we have to disclose that without me being tested again. Like we didn't go through the process. So
Okay, so back to what we are going to watch. We know that What If is going on right now, and there are a couple of episodes, even if we don't do the entire series of What If, there are a couple of episodes that we have to talk about. One is T'Challa as Star-Lord, that What If. Did you all see that? I'm not going to talk about it now because I'm not going to say, because then we'll be talking
Chadwick
about the whole
Boseman's
thing.
final performance. That was his real final.
But
I
that
legit
actually
couldn't finish it.
That actually wasn't.
It wasn't?
If you haven't seen all the What Ifs, that wasn't his final.
Well, but I mean, what if? Like, what if is his final performance?
Oh yeah, okay. So the
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
So there are at least 2, maybe 3 episodes of What If that we're going to talk about. The Wonder Years. I have started, and the first episode, I was like, It's there are Black people in the writers' room. There are absolutely Black people in the writers' room. Shang-Chi.
I like Tony's question. Have anybody watched Venom 2 yet?
I just saw the promo for it last week.
Haven't
I was
watched
like,
it
what
yet.
is this?
Is it out already?
I think it just came out this weekend.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah. No, Tony, I haven't seen it.
I had a kid walk up to me and try to spoil the ending for me earlier today. He was like, Mr. Friesen, at the end of Venom 2, this is what I was just stop talking.
No.
Stop talking. Who does
No.
that? Who has been trying to just
Disrespect.
spoil the ending of a show for you?
I've had to change my YouTube algorithm because of all of the things that come up, and then they spoil the show, even with the covers. It's like, no, I don't want that. Okay, so we've got The Wonder Years, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, which that's going to be interesting based on what happened in What If, and The Eternals, Maybe Venom. I guess Spider-Man.
If we can talk about Dune, we can talk about Venom. Because I don't even know what Dune is supposed to be about.
I haven't even gotten to that one yet. Dune
or Doom?
Dune.
Dune. Okay. Dune. Yeah, but Doom, I like to see.
No, Dune.
Like MF Doom, you know. With the
Dune is going to be like spectacular. Oh my god, I can't wait for it.
I'm here for that.
I started watching Foundation, which is Apple TV, and we don't have to necessarily watch that, but I started watching it and I love it. And I know it's different than the books, but the books are quite old. It's Isaac Asimov and really, really old. But I really like it. And a lot of other people don't like it, which is interesting. There's a very brown cast, and I think that might have something to do with it. But anyway.
Jade, I have a question.
Reading these comments.
Yes. What was that show we watched that was like really good for like an episode, and then the last episode was like a whole different show, and I thought I was watching the wrong show, and it was on HBO. Are they doing a second season of that? Because I don't want to watch it.
The Nevers. Yes, they are doing a second season of that.
So how they get a second season and Lovecraft didn't? Is that going to be an episode that we talk about that, or are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, that needs to be talked about.
I don't know. Do we need to talk about it?
What's the because y'all because what happened was y'all came on here and tried to decimate the beauty that was then, and then you want to be like, well, the show has to come back because they're black. No, because the black people said it didn't make sense, and so it's your fault. I am blaming you and this show for canceling the Lovecraft Country.
Now I don't know. I heard Lovecraft was based off the book, and there wasn't a second book anyway. That's not true.
Based off the book. That's what was confusing.
It's based off the idea of the book.
Right. So like the idea, the book,
spirit of the book.
And she wrote a world like a story based off of the world that exists in this book.
It was book adjacent.
So that was the first discrepancy with folks, is that it was like, well, they're going off of the book. They're not doing what the book said. And it's like, well, that wasn't never the plan. Like it's almost like fan fiction.
It was like Percy Jackson books, and then it was a Percy Jackson movie. They were not the same thing, and people didn't like it.
Completely different, huh?
It was like the final season of Game of Thrones, and we haven't even gotten the final book for Game of Thrones.
Always comes back to Game of Thrones every single time.
Shouldn't you? Always? That's the best show ever made.
Thank you.
Ever.
Except that last season.
That is true.
And to Nick's point, giving us all of the power to get a television show knocked off of the air and not get a second season, please like and subscribe and tell your friends to do the same.
Tony, you're right. I'm reading your comments. You're right.
Lynn, you gotta focus. You can't read.
I'm sorry, I'm all over the place.
And you can, but you can't talk about it out loud. On the
screen.
We gonna teach them, y'all. We gonna teach them.
No, but Stephanie heard me about the Percy Jackson. So thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you. Now he can be in the comments. I'm gonna be in the comments too. It's just
breaking all the rules.
Let's just see what's going on. All right.
Okay, there were okay. Let's remember, because it was episodes like 4, 5, and 6 were garbage. And then wasn't episode 7 like the one in Korea?
Oh, that was amazing.
Which was amazing.
That was the best.
Amazing.
That was cool.
And then I personally loved the final 2 episodes. I thought they were poetic.
And then Shang-Chi with the fox. Did you see the fox?
Yeah. I still am gonna vouch for that moment where she's walking away from the fire. It was beautiful. It's a powerful image.
Okay. All right. So, in the chat, what else do you want to see? What else do you want to see us talk about?
Do I have to get Apple TV, y'all? Is that what we're saying?
You know, Foundation is. So I started reading the comments. that people were making about it. And of course, they were hating on it because it's so different than the book. The book was written in like 1950 something. I think it was, I mean, and it's old sci-fi thinking. So I don't think that there are any people of color in it anyway. But they gender swapped the main character and made it a Black woman. And there are lots of Black and brown people in the show. And so when I saw all of the venom about the characters and what they were doing with all the characters, my immediate thought was, oh, well, maybe they don't like the brown people. That was my thought, because I didn't think that the show was that bad. I didn't think it was bad at all. I think it's beautifully done. It's a little slow, but I mean, they're telling a story that I didn't think it was. The show didn't feel slow. It looks like it's setting up an entire world, which it is, because it's based off of not one book, but I think 7. Yeah. Okay. And Squid Game.
Yeah. I think I'm going to watch Game of Thrones tonight. The Red Wedding. Specifically that episode.
Steph,
are you going to fast forward to a certain spot?
Are we not talking about Game of Thrones? I can't.
Let's do it.
Here's my thing. I don't like. I just recently, when I went to Chicago, I stayed with my friend, and her and her husband we're just like watching Game of Thrones the whole time, and like so I was catching bits and pieces, and I was like, this is fine and all, but like I don't need a series to show me that white people are crazy.
It's so good.
I was there for the dragon.
Not that good.
Remember the first time you saw the dragon?
I mean, it was nice in bits and pieces, and I was like, this is fine. Like,
but we're not going to talk about Game of Thrones.
I was like, what is even happening?
There's always love in my heart for Game of Thrones. The first 7 seasons. Always. Not the final season. Okay. Oh, He-Man. I have not.
I watched He-Man and I liked it. Why the silence? I'm crazy or something? What He-Man was good.
No, I haven't watched it.
I've been.
Do you want applause?
Like 30. Yes, thank you very much. Good to be like that. Good to be like that. It was a good remake. Don't you like when they take old shows and they, do you like the remakes? No one else. I kind of sometimes, but I don't know. I want new things. I think remakes though.
Okay, so here's a remake that's coming that I'm very upset about.
What was that show?
They're making a new version of The Bodyguard, and I'm upset.
Don't do that.
Here's why. What? Because but this is the door you open when you're like, I love remakes. Now everyone wants to do remakes of everything.
But I feel like that's not anything that's new. I feel like that's something that's generational. With every generation, there's a new whole set of things that there were with this generation before.
What about Gremlins? Are they doing a remake of Gremlins?
I'm sure that they will.
They probably will. I got a question for you. Has anybody watched Tales from the Loop?
No.
Oh my God, I'm the only one. You haven't watched this?
No.
Maybe you should Google it. That's how you did me earlier. That's how you did me earlier. And I'm sitting like, oh snap, for real? Okay.
360. Wow. Okay, we just got there.
Tales from the Loop. Anybody? Nobody? No one's watched it. I'm the only one. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. Now, hopefully, I'm saying the right name of the show here now.
Why are you doing that?
It'll be a whole different.
While I'm Googling it, hold on 2 seconds. Let me see.
I want to answer Stephanie's question. She asked about nerdy shows that are family friendly. And we have been watching Marvel Rising, which is on Disney Plus. It's animated. Miss Marvel's on there. My daughter is loving that show. It's really good. Highly suggest.
And the Young History Detectives, and which are some of them are the Young League. They're ready to come back and do their shows. They were talking about that this summer. That when are we going to be on? So we're going to have some Young League broadcasts as well when we get their school schedules and they get their homework done, and then, the grades are good and all those other things, because you can't be on and you're not done with your homework. So everything has to be good and in order.
All right, Lind, what is it called? Really?
I would like to say that I was actually right. It is called Tales from the Loop, and it is phenomenal.
What's it on?
Phenomenal. Tales from the Loop.
What's it on?
It might be on. Is it on Netflix? I don't remember how
it is on Amazon. It is on Amazon Prime.
It's really, really good. Is it Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Okay. It's exceptionally good. It really is.
It follows the interconnected lives of the residents of a fictional town in Mercer, Ohio.
Ohio.
Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, let's watch
We won't hold that against them. But
We're gonna not. Okay.
I can't.
Thanks for that recommendation.
Okay, so we're doing it at the end. The burning question of the day.
Uh-oh.
What are you most looking forward to this season of LXN?
Seeing Mick. Because they famous and they don't. And I actually got to meet him in real life one time. So that was exciting. But I'm excited
to meet him.
For the crew to come back and, to share this space.
Nice. Steph.
Just little moments like this. Like I would have never known about this show called The Loop on Amazon Prime that I'm going to watch and it's going to be great. And so I love hearing from other nerdy, cool people what they're watching. Because I'm just not going to know about these things unless we have these conversations. So I'm looking forward to that. And also Shang-Chi because it was amazing.
It was so good.
So good.
Okay. Lind?
Well, for myself, it is nice to be in the presence of other nerds like myself. And I was completely floored and blown away to be able to share with everyone my collection of bobblehead dolls, specifically Steve Zissou from The Life Aquatic. Yes. Well, this happened before the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was showing you my new.
I have a slight obsession with
Wound Me. I got Wound Me now.
Nice.
Hunter B15. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was very excited when she came in the mail. Okay, so for me, what am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to actually being in space with all of you. I miss that. Seeing your faces, even though we're not together. And I can't punch Nick. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Like a little brother.
Oh,
Punch him in the shoulder.
Gotcha.
Not like to knock you out. Can't be like,
y'all, my tots are burning. I gotta go.
Right. She said it's gonna be.
It smells so burnt right
52.
now.
Right. She's gonna burn her house down in Florida.
Oh my
That's
God.
terrible.
I gotta go.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. So AfroCon next week, Saturday and Sunday. And actually the league will be recording at AfroCon next Sunday morning. So it'll be a little different next Sunday, and we'll be doing that from AfroCon. So yeah, it was good to be around you all, and thank you all in the chat. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Anything else before we go?
Her tots are burning.
I'm
just gonna walk away now.
Right.
I can smell it.
Okay.
They just don't keep you here.
I'm just
phone.
trying to close out. All right. Okay. We'll see you next week. Thank you.